Dutchman versus Spider-Man Homecoming.
Hi, it's really hot at the moment, which is why I'm not wearing any pants. Spider-Man Homecoming, finally, Marvel's #1 stunner has come back into the fold. It's joined the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Well, it already did in Captain America Civil War, of course, but here we finally have a Peter Parker in the cinematic universe with all the other heroes except Fantastic Four and the X-Men, and it's a movie. It's most definitely a movie. There's an unspoken rule in the James Bond films. You don't have to be the best James Bond film ever. You only have to be better than the one that came before. This is why Casino Royale blew Die Another Day out of the water, and why Skyfall felt like such a great monumental film compared to Quantum of Solace, which in the eyes of most fans is really one of the biggest flops in the James Bond history. So Spider-Man Homecoming really only had to do one thing. It had to be better than Amazing Spider-Man 2. And it did exactly that. Spider-Man Homecoming is better than Amazing Spider-Man 2. Now that's literally putting a very low bar here, I'll admit. And I'll just go as far as to say it's better than Amazing Spider-Man. It's also better than Spider-Man 3, but that was such a muddled production. That's a discussion for another day. The thing is that with most Marvel films, a lot of people go to see them and they expect to be entertained, and 99% of the time they're all adequate films and very entertaining. It doesn't mean that they're the best films ever or they'll tread new grounds. Very, very, very few of the Marvel films have actually done that. Well, think of Guardians of the Galaxy. That's really something a lot different than the rest of their, filmography. The thing is with Spider-Man Homecoming, I like it buckets. But I felt like I've seen this film before. There's a lot of things in this film that obviously Spider-Man has dealt with before, either in the comics or on film. But that doesn't take away that this is a decent, good film. But I don't think this is one of the Marvel Universe's best of films. This is not a Guardians of the Galaxy. This is not a Captain America Civil War. This is not a Winter Soldier. This is an Ant-Man. And I know Ant-Man gets a lot of flack and hate, but I liked Ant-Man. Ant-Man was a perfectly funny comedy superhero film, and Spider-Man Homecoming is a perfectly funny, acceptable superhero film. There's just a couple of things that bother me a little bit. There seems to be a lot of slapstick in the first part of the film. That's fine, that's okay. It's just at one point there's a chase sequence and Spider-Man is going after a van, and the joke is that he's in Queens, so there's not a lot of tall buildings around, and he creates a lot of damage. Except, in my opinion, that gag just ran a little bit thin. They go with it a little bit too long. And then somewhere about 2/3 in, there's a tonal change. Suddenly things get really serious, really quick. And this is not a bad thing, because Spider-Man has always been about horrible situations and the bad Parker luck, but with a hero that treats us all very flippantly and making a lot of jokes. But I didn't feel that the hero we saw in the beginning of the film matched up with what we were having him in the last bit of the climax. Now, these are negative things, but that doesn't mean I hate the film. But there's a lot of good things about this film as well. There's more good things than negative things, so that's the thing. Michael Keaton, takes the Vulture role and makes you believe him that he's a villain, and not just for the sake of being a villain. He's not Christopher Eccleston in The Dark World. He's even better than Baron Zemo, or just Zemo from Civil War. Adrian Toomes is just a man who's down on his luck and resorts to crime to pay the bills. And that's really not that far-fetched. It's just that in a universe with dimensional portals and laser rifles, blue collar crime can, turn out slightly different. Instead of, regular arms, he's selling super powered arms. Literally at one point. Tom Holland is great as both Peter Parker and Spider-Man. He is, the perfect combination of both. Whereas people always say that the Raimi films have the better Peter Parker and the Amazing Spider-Man films have the better Spider-Man. Well, this is a happy marriage of the two. Imagine a happy marriage of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. Yeah, imagine that. I liked Ned, but Ned felt like he wasn't the Ned from the comics. He was just Miles Morales' best friend, except he's now called Ned. What's his name? Ganke? Spider-Man having Tony Stark's suit and relying a lot on it, like it has all these gadgets, and I really didn't like that. It felt like Peter was supposed to do these things himself, a little bit more akin to the Amazing Spider-Man stories. Luckily, this is part of the storyline. At what point, and I'm not going to say why, Spider-Man is without his super tech suit and he resorts to his own wits and intelligence, and that's good. It makes for a great bit of the film. There's a plot twist towards the end, and it's not a twist like M. Night Shyamalan. I see dead people, turns out Bruce Willis is the ghost the entire time. No, it's a little bit more subtle one. I probably already, gave you too much information by saying there's a plot twist. Good. I literally said, oh fuck, out loud in the cinema while everybody else went, and none of the characters are actually stupid. None of them, behave in ways that make you go like, why do you do this? It's, on the whole, it's a good film. I like Spider-Man Homecoming, but I don't think I'll rush to get this on a Blu-ray or a DVD or anytime soon. So I probably got this entirely wrong because the internet seems to love it. Are you an internet? Tell me how wrong I am. There's like this comment thing now and there below. You can use all kinds of creative insults. If you subscribe, I'll promise you I won't put out another video this week. Social medias are all the things, so please find me on MySpace. And if you really want to give me an inflated ego, you give me a thumbs up, because next week you can give me a thumbs down and shatter my expectations. Now I'm going to try and find a line jacket with the head split apart in the middle, because my facial hair is already pretty much craven, so I might as well just go for the entire look, don't you think?